Have you ever picked up 2 bags of chocolate powder and wondered why one says Cacao while the other says cocoa? At first glance, they seem identical. Both are brown. Both smell chocolatey. Both come from the same plant. Yet one is often marketed as a superfood, while the other is the star ingredient in brownies, cakes, and hot chocolate. So what's really going on? Is Cacao simply a fancy name for cocoa? A clever marketing trick? Or are they actually different? The answer lies in a fascinating journey that begins deep in the tropics and ends in your kitchen. Today, we're uncovering the surprising story of Cacao and cocoa, and discovering why one tiny bean can take 2 very different paths. Every piece of chocolate starts its life on the same tree, the cacao tree. Known scientifically as the Theobroma cacao, its name means food of the gods. And for thousands of years, many people treated it exactly that way. Ancient civilizations in Central and South America, including the Maya and Aztec, prized cacao beans so highly that they were sometimes used as currency. The beans were ground into drinks, offered in ceremonies, and considered incredibly valuable. Back then, there was only one word, cacao. So where did cocoa come from? As cacao spread across the world through trade, the word gradually changed. Different languages, pronunciations, and spellings slowly transformed cacao into cocoa. For centuries, the 2 words referred to the same thing. But eventually, the food industry gave them different meanings. Today, we're uncovering the surprising story of cacao and cocoa, and discovering why one tiny bean can take 2 very different paths. The real difference begins after the cacao pods are harvested. Inside each colorful pod are dozens of beans surrounded by sweet pulp. Once harvested, the beans are fermented and dried, a crucial step that develops the flavors we associate with chocolate. Up to this point, every bean follows the same path. Then comes the fork in the road. Products labeled cacao are generally processed with minimal heat. The beans may be lightly roasted or sometimes not roasted at all. They are then crushed and turned into powders, nibs, or other products. Because less heat is involved, more of the bean's natural compounds remain intact. The flavor, however, can be intense. Cacao often tastes earthy, bitter, and slightly fruity. Cocoa takes a different route. The beans are roasted at higher temperatures, which changes their chemistry. Roasting deepens the aroma, softens bitterness, and creates the rich chocolate flavor most people know and love. Many cocoa products are also treated through a process called Dutch processing, which reduces acidity and makes the powder smoother and easier to mix into liquids. This is where cacao gained its reputation as a health food. Because it undergoes less processing, cacao generally retains more naturally occurring antioxidants called flavonoids, along with minerals such as magnesium and iron. These nutrients have helped cacao earn the title of a superfood in many health circles. But that doesn't automatically make cocoa bad. While roasting may reduce some antioxidants, cocoa still contains beneficial compounds and remains a nutritious food when consumed in moderation. In reality, the difference is often smaller than many advertisements would have you believe. One focuses more on preserving natural compounds. The other focuses more on flavor. The answer depends entirely on what you're making. If you're blending smoothies, making energy bites, or looking for a stronger, more natural chocolate taste, cacao might be your choice. If you're baking cookies, brownies, chocolate cake, or preparing a warm mug of hot chocolate, cocoa usually delivers the smoother flavor most people expect. Neither is universally better. They're simply different expressions of the same remarkable bean. So, the next time you see cacao and cocoa sitting side by side on a grocery shelf, you'll know the secret. They both begin as the seeds of the same extraordinary tree. But one takes a gentler path, preserving more of its natural character, while the other embraces heat to create the rich flavor that made chocolate famous around the world. 2 names, 1 bean, and a surprisingly fascinating story hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow chocolate lover. Until next time, keep looking closer, because the most ordinary things often have the most surprising histories.